go. Here we go. Time to stop yapping. All right. Our next storyteller and musician extraordinaire is Dan Martin. Welcome, Mr. Dan
Martin. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
I got my little bag of tricks here tonight, which I will give you some of. My first little talk that I'm going to give tonight is on the world's most famous harmonica. Now, the harmonica was actually invented in 1820 as a piano tuner.
Oh.
And in 1825, but it only had the blow notes. And then 1825, another young man developed the draw notes. So you have the... And then these two young clockmakers started to production on harmonica because they took off. People loved them. I mean, it's a small little instrument that fits in your pocket very well. They're very cheap. Back in the 1800s, they were 5 cents. And within 10 minutes, you could be playing a song. But then what happened was, they were in production for a couple of years, and this other young clockmaker, who wasn't very good at playing harmonica, but he was an excellent businessman. He went out to inspect their production line, and being the businessman he was, he bought out his competitors, as it were, and he started mass producing harmonicas. He sent them all over Europe and to America, because there was a lot of German people in America, and they loved them over here in America. Do you know that President Lincoln played the harmonica? Did you know that the harmonica is older than the Model T? Now, around the early 1900s, they had vaudeville, and they had harmonica groups. So you would have this group of about 6 guys, and the little guys would be playing these giant harmonicas, and the big giant guys would be playing these little teeny ones. And they were so popular. And Horner, being the ingenious man he was, he worked on them. He had made all kinds of harmonica. But in 1896, he patented the marine band. That became the world's most famous harmonica, because it has been recorded more than any other harmonica. It works in the realms of folk, blues, rock, country, jazz. You hear the harmonica, it's probably that marine band. Now, in the 20s, the Afro-American community discovered that, and I know Mr. Horner didn't ever think of this, there was another aspect that worked for harmonica. When you draw in the note, you drop your chin, you bend that note. Therefore, you have the blues. And that, as I say, there are 3 different types of harmonicas. You have the diatonic. Now, the diatonic is a 10-hole harmonica, has a plate on top, a plate on bottom, has little slots with what you call reeds. When you blow in, you get your notes. But it doesn't have the sharps and flats. That's why you have to have so many harmonicas. But then there's what you call an echo, which is like it's a double reed, and it gets a vibrato sound. But still doesn't have some sharps and flats. So Mr. Horner developed what they call the chromatic. People go, do you have one of those harmonicas with the buttons on them? Well, that's what these are. And these give you the flats and sharps. For jazz and others. And in the 40s, this harmonica was responsible for the development in which they classified the harmonica as a toy. And in 1940, because of the chromatic, it was deemed a musical instrument. Wow. It took from 1820 to then. So if you were playing, say, echo, or you're playing, they got all kinds. This is a puck. If you're playing a puck, if you're playing like what I'm going to play on my next song, this is the Marine Band, but this is like a bass harmonica. If you're playing something that you may never have seen before, but it's called the trumpet call. No matter what you're playing, you got to remember one thing, ladies and gentlemen. It all came from this little harmonica, the world's most famous harmonica. I get to go on a little more, so. I'm doing a little song for you. Like I said, this is called a Marine Band, but this is a like a bass harmonica. So I'd like to do a little song for you. This is called Another Man Done Gone. If I can remember it. Another man done gone. Another man done gone. Another man done gone down on the cat's farm. Another man done gone. I didn't know his name. I didn't know his name. I didn't know his name. Another man done gone down on the cat's farm. Balls and trains. Yeah, the balls and trains. Another man done gone down on the county farm. Another man done gone. Finish up with another little story. This is a story about a couch. There I was, minding my own business, sitting on my couch. I was about 7 years old. I stayed home from school. I was sick. And I was watching TV. And for some reason, on the TV, I was watching Jack LaLanne, the godfather of fitness. How many people remember Jack LaLanne?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And there he was with his famous blue jumpsuit on. And he was so intense. And he's going through his workout motions. And he's doing his routines. And he gets into it so much. And he gets into his jumping jacks. And me, oh man, I was just sitting there on the couch watching. And he's going through his workout routines. And then all of a sudden he stops. He looks. He goes, "You!" And I jumped. "Yeah, you on the couch. Get up off that couch." And I got up off the couch. And then he goes, "Now start doing those jumping jacks." And you know what? I started doing the jumping jacks. And you know why? He scared the hell out of me. And the moral of the story is that's what happens when you're sitting minding your own business on your couch.